Hello again, this is Mike Graham from Integral Marketing, bringing you affiliate tips, educating beginners and intermediates in affiliate marketing. Today I want to sort of change subject a bit and go into the weighty topic of time management, which is something that affects everybody because we have only so much time per week and we have to try and fill up our time in ways that both give us what we want business-wise, but also give us enough time to play and do the other things we need to do, because obviously having a balance in life is a very good idea. Now, traditionally, the way that people operate with time management is they think of all the things they want to do in the next year and create this massive goal list of things they're going to do by 31st of December the following year. Once they've done that, they pat themselves on the back and just go for a snooze. And no thought is really given to how that affects your performance during the year, because really what it does is it gives you carte blanche to do absolutely sweet FA for the first 3 or 4 months, and then maybe do something after that over the next 4 months until they get to sort of September or something, and then suddenly they look at what their goal list was and think, holy cow, I better get on with that, because this massive list of things they want to do before the 31st of December is suddenly impinging on their lives. And of course they end up having sleepless nights, drinking too much, being stressed out, and basically being complete basket cases by the time it gets to the 31st of December. Do you recognize that? Okay, this is it, but what I want to do is give you a slightly alternative approach to time management, which was brought to me by a guy called Brian Moran and his co-author Michael Lennington, called the 12-week year, which is a completely different way of dealing with time, whereby instead of dividing the time you have into a year unit, divide it into 3-month units, so that every 3 months you treat the same as you would a year, so that you're operating on a slightly less hysterical level over the course of your 3-month period, and operations are smoothed down completely, and you can achieve a degree of consistency off a manageable period of time, so that you're not left with running around in ever decreasing circles trying to get stuff done in the last few months of the year when it's going to be fairly hectic anyway. So the way this works is that you have 4 segments of 13 weeks, and 12 of those weeks you have plans for, which are based on your overall 3-month plan. And you do manageable amounts every 3 months, so that the sum total of the 4 periods of 3 months that you put together would at least be as big as the production for a whole year if you're planning it that way. So once you're segmenting down in manageable amounts and trying to smooth over your time period so that each week look pretty much like the last week, you may have certain different features, but you can operate in a way that's consistent and easy to manage, then the upshot is that by the end of each 12-week period, you can assess how much you've got, how far you've got, and you will find if you string together 4 of these periods, you will have a fairly consistent effort and output over the course of an entire year, which you wouldn't have had otherwise. I found this very useful learning it, because it meant that I really didn't have to put down my yearly goals as anything remotely meaningful. I'm not the greatest planner, really. It's having sort of cogent plans for a whole year. It doesn't really fit in with my basic personality, whereas having 3 month plans is actually quite apt and quite pleasant. And I can just about manage that psychologically and get what done in a uniform method, the things that I want to get done, and come out at the end of it thinking, well, actually, that was quite productive. I did well in that period, and now I'm ready to move on to the next period. And of course, in the 13th week, one can take a bit of a rest. Now, I'm just giving you a very rough synopsis on that, but it is a very interesting subject because time management, particularly in the US, where people want to accomplish more, and they drive themselves completely bonkers trying to get stuff done, you get to have a far less stressful life, not trying to keep up with some ridiculous yardstick that's made for you by the rest of contemporary society. The UK is scarcely less frenetic, although it does have one or two safety aspects. But the whole idea is to get your work done without feeling on the verge of a nervous breakdown all the time. So anything that does that has to be for the best. I hope you find this interesting. Give me a like or a subscribe if you do. And to get the free product, just hit the link below and you can download that free product and read about getting targeted traffic. The point is that I'm not looking for ways of increasing my workload, and I'm not looking for ways of increasing your workload, and anything that makes life a bit easier has to be good. Anyway, see you on the next one.